So, with all of that, what I'm left with is a waffle maker that is just completely messed up. Screws falling out of the hinge and grease just pouring out of the grid. And on top of that, the grilled cheese wasn't even that good because the tater tots just wouldn't hold together.
What'd the recipe call for?
Well, the cheese is supposed to hold all the tater tots together, but I think I must have piled them all on top of each other a little too high because the iron wouldn't even close completely, which I think is why the cheese didn't melt completely and work like shit.
What'd the kids think?
Well, Jana called it a meatless redneck shepherd's pie.
Oh.
Yeah. And she made sure to add that the grease made her sick, so that was nice.
At least she's communicating.
Right. Definitely a plus.
Even with how bad it was, were they both present the whole time? Engaged?
Sort of. Well, Jana was laughing and seemed to be letting her guard down, but the conversation never really went all three ways.
I'm sorry, I don't quite follow.
Well, Jana seemed much more engaged and open, like she was willing to talk a lot more.
That's good, right? This is what you've been fixated on for a while now?
Yes, right, that is a good thing, but it was with Alex and not with me, which I know sounds incredibly immature of me to say.
Hold on, don't discount the thought.
I'm not meaning to. I just don't like thinking that I don't want her engaging with her brother, maybe.
That seems a little over the top. I highly doubt you're trying to keep them apart.
Agreed. I just had this thought like, I would really like you guys to talk to me, your mother. I just feel too separated from them, and I don't really know how to pull them back in, like in a way that they would want to.
Well, what more could any mother want? It is a matter of life and death sometimes, feeling like you have to take care of your kids.
Sometimes I feel like it is a bit more of my life or death. Like I am much more reliant on them than they are of me.
Could you explain? Or at least elaborate a little bit? I know we talked about this back in June, but we never got to establish what the feeling was like. Mostly because we were talking about Margaret. I didn't want to waste any time around that.
I think I'm scared of being left out. Alex called it FOMO, which is pretty common among teenagers, but I know I'm being kept out of the loop in my own house, which, again, they are my kids and they don't really want that, any kind of, I'm sorry, I completely lost my train of thought.
No worries. I think you made your point well enough. You have a fear of missing out, but specifically in your kids' lives. You only started to slip up when you were second guessing, so don't do that.
Doesn't do me any good. You're right.
I know I am. Can I ask about Alex?
Sure.
You communicate a lot of issues you have with Jana, but you're usually pretty quiet about him. He's 16 now?
Yes, he is.
This is a pretty important time for him. I worry you might be leaving him behind a bit.
I'm sorry?
What I mean, Maggie, is with as little as you talk about him, it gives me the impression that you're not as interested as you are with Jana. Even earlier with family dinner night, you only talked about Jana and her reaction to it.
Well, Alex didn't really like it either.
I don't just mean with the waffle cheese, I mean in general.
Alex just stumps me.
In what way?
He doesn't act like he doesn't like me. He isn't outwardly rude to me. I mean, maybe he is rude to me behind my back, but he just seems gone. And he doesn't know how to interact with the world in a way. He doesn't have a problem with Jana. She's always able to get him smiling and laughing. Another reason why I feel like they'd be better off without me.
How about this? We only have a few minutes left. Let's try an exercise.
Okay.
I want you to think of the things that you think are most important to Alex, and we are going to create a plan based on these things. A way to maybe get him to break outside of his shell.
Okay.
First off, favorite book?
I know when he was a bit younger, he was really into the Artemis Fowl series. We ordered a copy after he saw one of the trailer for the books on one of his VHSs.
Good. How about music?
Oh, he was actually listening to Thriller in his room the other day. I remember because I wanted to knock on his door and tell him about how when the album came out when I was younger, his door was locked. Maybe that was for the better.
It is a good album. Ages us a bit, doesn't it? They don't really make music like that anymore. Movies or TV?
Oh, Doctor Who. He was actually talking to Jana about it last night, and he had a ton of passion in his voice, and so I really think that is a part of it. I'm sorry, how is this going to help?
I'm glad you asked. What I hope to do with these is a sort of reverse engineering problem, a way to get Alex to maybe step outside of his shell. Maybe if the two of us know what he likes, we can find a way to approach him.
But isn't trying to share passions with an angsty teenager a terrible idea? Like the worst one?
Definitely. This is more for me to gauge a demographic. That way we can find an entry point.
Okay, I guess you know what you're talking about here.
Think of it as a heist. A way to break down his wall so we can get to the soft, squishy center.
You don't have to sell it to me, Doctor. I'm already emptying my pockets to be here.
Speaking of, not the greatest transition here, but I thought I would bring it up. Have you thought about having Alex try therapy? Maybe seeing me would help him out?
I have. Maybe I'll float it to him this week.
Try it. It might be good for him. Maybe seeing me would help him out.
Is that not against protocol or rules?
Really, only if there's some sort of intense conflict between the two of you.
So, not Jana.
Well,
anyway, thanks for a great session. I'm glad I could get some stuff off my chest.
always. Same time next week?
Unless I call you again.
It's not planned for anything yet. Just try and do your best. And hey, maybe reach out to Jana this week while we plan for Alex?
Sounds good. Bye, Dr. Kaya.
Bye, Maggie.
And in other news, Pope Francis's visit to the United States has met with celebration and cosplay. Video shows the Pope on parade in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and a young Quinn Madden dressed as a tiny little Pope herself. Quinn's parents, Dana and Danielle Madden, had brought her to meet the Pope, and sure enough, Quinn got her little opportunity. When one of the security...
That's dumb. Who even cares about a baby dressed up as the Pope?
I didn't see that picture. You think that counts as child abuse?
I will say I have never seen a baby smile that much before. Maybe it was God.
Most definitely. Big old bearded man in the sky. 100%. I'll change in a minute.
You guys getting ready for school?
Actually, hadn't thought about it. Thanks for reminding us.
You know what I mean.
Do I?
Wait, Jana, how about instead of packing lunch, we go out today?
Oh, that sounds like a great idea.
I want chicken. Like fried chicken, though, not grilled.
Well, what kind of chicken do you want?
I don't know.
Well, there's Popeyes by the school. There's also Cane's, Chick-fil-A, KFC. If you're feeling really adventurous, we could go to Lee's on 21st Street.
No, not there again.
Zygmunt's?
No. Cane's?
Cane's it is. Jamie said she's gonna meet us at school by the senior lot.
Sounds good.
Oh, Cane's will be really good.
Did you figure out what was up with your painting class?
Yeah, Miss Hubbard says she's gonna meet me before class. She's a free belt, first belt, so she's gonna help me out. Also, Mom, I need some... Could I get some money? I need some paintbrushes, but I don't need them today, so I was gonna pick them up after school.
Okay, yeah. Sure, how much do you need?
Like 15, maybe?
Here you are.
Thank you. Jan, I don't think you know how excited I am about this Cane's.
It's gonna be great.
It really will. I'm glad you guys are going. Oh, maybe I could beat you. It'll be just like when your father and I would take you. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, fun. You know, that is exactly what I wanted to think about today. Thanks, Mom. Alex, you coming?
Yeah?
We have to go. I'll just meet you by the car.
Jenna, I don't understand what is wrong. I thought we were having a good morning. Everyone was smiling and getting along, and I thought you guys were making a good plan, so I thought I'd bring up a good memory.
Oh, definitely. No fucking trauma there, huh? Not at all.
Jana, please don't use that language. Not with me.
Okay, sure. No problem, Maggie.
Bye, Alex.
Everything all right? What happened, Jana?
Don't worry about it. She's just clueless.
Jan.
Hi, Dr. Kaya, could I make a quick appointment?
What class do you have first?
Physics.
And then you have lunch?
Yeah, at 10:45.
So should I meet you out here by the car or in the cafeteria? Because I have English and painting before class, and that's on this side of the building.
Here by the car is fine. You don't need to cross back and forth across the school.
Okay. Thanks, Jenna.
Don't mention it. It's gonna be a great day. I promise.
Yeah?
Dude, own it. It's a part of you. Breathe and you'll get through it. We're gonna go get chicken. And it's gonna be fine. Nothing to worry about.
Definitely.
Anxiety's a bitch, man.
Yeah, I know. I got this, though. You're right.
Jamie! Get your ass over here!
Hey, Jan.
Hey, Alex, how are you?
Fine. Hate school.
Already? We, just started. You know how Alex likes to get frustrated before anything has happened?
No, it's not like that. I just don't like my teachers. My English lit teacher opened up our first class with an episode of Doctor Who. I just wasn't having it.
Well, I'd say that's a good thing to be upset about, wouldn't you, Jan?
Yeah, Jana. I'm just not into dumb space shows about British people.
You like Star Wars, Alex. That's also just a bunch of British people in space.
Star Wars doesn't count. Everybody likes Star Wars.
I like Star Wars.
Okay, everybody. This is like a really stimulating conversation and all, but Alex, you gotta get to painting to talk to your teacher about your late work.
Thank you for reminding me. That totally flipped my mind. All right. See you guys at lunch. Bye, guys. Love you. I love Jana, not Jamie. Not that I don't not love you. Wait, what? See you guys.
He is adorable.
You are gross.
What? It's true. I think he's cute, especially when he can't get his words.
Jamie, he still sleeps in the same room with me sometimes. Not cute.
It's not a big deal. He's had a rough go of it. Give him a break.
I do. I love the shit out of that weird kid. And if anyone ever did anything to him, I would separate their head from their body, full stop.
Kind of violent, don't you think?
It's called a hyperbole, Jamie. I just want him to widen his circle. Like a bit wider than me and his stuffed dog.
Oh my god, he still has a stuffed animal.
A stuffed animal? Try like a dozen.
That is adorable.
Jamie, he is a sophomore.
He's only 2 years younger.
I'm gonna barf.
Stop overreacting. I'm just messing with you.
Good. Because if you try and date my brother, I'll stop taking you to the movies on the weekends.
Well, I wouldn't need you, Alex, to take me. So, what's really going on with him today?
I miscalculated. This morning, he was gone for like a second, and Mom brought up Dad and how things used to be, and I just didn't want to deal with it, so I shot back.
Shit. Sorry. So he's rough about your parents and everything there?
Well, no. I thought that me not telling him what happened between Mom and I would turn out better than him knowing. Obviously, I was wrong.
It isn't that big of a deal. He'll get over it.
I know, I just don't like feeling as if I hurt him. Or not hurt him. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about this anymore.
It's fine. We should probably start heading in anywhere.
Yeah.
Did you finish the homework from Kepi?
The plans for the trebuchet?
Yeah.
Yes. Did you not?
No, I did. I just wanted to know what you themed yours after.
It's a homemade catapult. I themed it after wood and heavy-duty rubber bands that will get me a safe A-.
Mine's based on a Star Destroyer. From Star Wars.
I know what a Star Destroyer is, Jamie.
So does your brother.
Come on in.
Hi, Dr. Kaya.
Maggie, just call me Stephanie.
Right.
So, tell me what happened this morning.
A lot happened.
Start slow. Let's work through this.
So, last night, after we had met, I didn't get the chance to see them. They were working on a project and had already made mac and cheese, so I didn't even need to communicate over dinner. On top of that, I was too tired to try and talk to them, so I just went in my room and kind of left the door open to let them know that they could talk to me if they wanted to.
Maggie, you realize that doesn't count as engaging, right?
I know, Stephanie, I was just needing some time for me.
You did? Because you made it seem like you didn't want to bother them.
What's the difference, really? I remember what it was like to be their age. I didn't want my parents bothering me, so I didn't.
Maggie, let's try not to spiral here. You've made progress when it comes to your parents. Don't fall into bad habits.
Thank you.
No problem. Just keep that in your sights.
I will. So, with Alex and Jana this morning,
Yes.
I was working on some client write-ups, and I felt a little better about trying to interact this morning, so I chose to have my laptop in the kitchen so that they'd have to see me before they left. Well, they did, and they didn't even notice me. They didn't even talk to me. Once. Except for when I made the mistake of bringing up their father. Jana was not happy.
In what way did you bring him into the conversation?
Well, they were planning to go to lunch from school, which just made me think of when we would do that when they were in elementary school. So I said, oh, nice, that'll be just like back when your father and I would do that.
Okay.
Jana did not want to hear that. In fact, she was mad as hell. Called me Maggie.
And she does that when she's upset?
Mm-hmm, yeah. When she, quote unquote, doesn't want to be related to me.
So how did you react?
I didn't. Well, I didn't really. I just let them leave.
Maggie, you have to communicate to them how this makes you feel.
I know, Stephanie, but I was furious and frustrated. I didn't want to make a mistake. I was alone, so I fumed and blew my top so much that I got this crazy urge to just break my laptop.
You didn't follow it, did you?
I'm sorry, 1 second. It's Jana.
Take it out.
Right. Hey, Jan?
Hey, Mom. Alex is gonna walk home today. Just letting you know.
Oh, well, what time would that be?
Now, Mom. You know school gets out now, right?
Oh, of course. Well, is he walking home now or getting ready to?
He's getting ready to leave. I couldn't get him to come with me. He's had a rough day.
Well, is he okay? Does he need me to come and get him?
Mom, I am literally only calling to let you know he'll be a little later than I am since he's walking. He's fine. I just don't want you to freak out.
Oh. Okay. Thank you. I will see you at home.
Yeah, you too.
You missed an opportunity to talk to her, Maggie.
I know. I actually think I'm gonna head home and maybe try and get a moment with Alex. Your office isn't too far off from the walking path home, so if I get there in enough time, I'd be able to talk to him. This is good. This is good.
Be careful. Don't try to push anything on him. Just let him open up to you.
Thank you, Stephanie. I think this has been a good day, overall.
Improvements are important.
Yes, they are.
Bye, Maggie.
Oh my, I'm sorry. Did I scare you?
Definitely a little bit. I'm not crazy scared.
You look like I rattled you a little bit.
Maybe, yeah, a bit. I scare pretty easily. It's kind of embarrassing.
It's perfectly alright to get scared. I'm Stephanie, by the way. I never caught your name.
Alex. I'm Alex.
You walking home from school?
Yeah, I usually just ride home with my sister Jana, but I wanted to get some fresh air today.
Why is that?
I don't want to bother you about it.
Sweetheart, it's not a bother. If you need to confide in someone, I don't mind. I'm actually a therapist.
Oh. Cool. I don't think I need a therapist, but I guess it would be nice to have someone to talk to.
Of course. Here, follow me. You get us some drinks. What would you like? I have Diet Coke, Sprite, water.
Sprite is good.
Sprite it is. Why don't you wait on the porch? I'll be right back.
Okay.
I got us some drinks and cookies. Ah, Nintendo, what are you playing?
Mario.
So tell me, what's on your mind?
I think I'm just having trouble, like, at home and at school. Stuff with my mom is normal, because we barely interact. But Jana, she's like my best friend, and I kind of feel like she's my rock. But lately, I feel like I just annoy her. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it.
Well, can you give me an example?
Today, I missed a single conversation because I'm upstairs, and now she won't tell me what happened.
Do you think she meant to hide it from you, or do you think she's not even worried or thinking about it?
Maybe not at first, but then we went to lunch and it was great. I had a good day at school, so I was excited to tell her about it. But then when we sat down, she was like distant. I don't know.
What makes you think she was distant?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why I'm telling you this.
Hey, sometimes you should trust a stranger. They have nothing to gain from hurting you.
Isn't that definitely the exact opposite of what you really should do?
It is. What I mean to say is you don't have to worry about me. I just thought I would offer myself as someone to listen. Sometimes that's all we need.
Yeah. So today was just weird. I should actually get going though. I need to get home before long because Mom will get mad.
Mad? Not too mad though, right?
I guess that depends what you mean. But I should get going though. Halfway home I still have to go.
Good point.
Thank you for the Sprite. It is my favorite.
Of course. Safe walking. And if you need anything, you know where to find me.
Yeah. Thanks. I will definitely keep that offer in mind.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Mom.
You walked home. How's that?
It was fine. Took my time.
Was school okay today?
Yeah. I didn't mind it.
Do you want to tell me about it?
Yeah. Sure. I just got caught up in painting. I needed an extra elevation for my picture of the North Cascades Valley, so I just...
Do you have it? Can I see?
She actually held on to it for grades, so...
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
So, can I ask you why you walked home?
Yeah. Sure. I just wanted to get some fresh air, and I thought, hey, I won't be a burden on Jana today. She can just go home on her own.
Honey, I don't think you'd be a burden.
He wouldn't have been. That's what I told him.
He wouldn't listen. I can't seem to convince you, Alex, that you are not a burden. You have nothing to worry about. Not to mention, we are literally going to the same place.
Good point.
I know. I make good points.
She does. Alex, what made you think you'd be burdening her?
It doesn't matter, Mom.
Hold on. Him and I were talking before you came down. It was going well.
I know. That's why I came down, to make sure it did go well.
Actually, I think it was because this morning, when I went upstairs to change, it sounded like you guys had gotten into a bit of an argument, and I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. But then Jana never told me what happened, so I just assumed that I was annoying you.
That's what I thought. I'm sorry, Alex. But I promise, it has nothing to do with me being annoyed with you. I just didn't think it mattered.
Oh, all that, it was nothing. Jen and I just got into a bit of confusion.
You have nothing to worry about. It wasn't a big deal.
If it isn't a big deal, could you tell me?
We were just talking about your father.
Okay. And?
And Mom just brought up how he and her used to take us out to lunch in grade school.
That was all.
All? It's a bit of an understatement, don't you think?
Jenna, I think you are over-exaggerating.
No. I just think that you've lost your damn mind.
Alex, wait, come on.
Just hold on. Mom, That memory is completely intertwined with our memory of Dad. So bringing it up is not going to be like some, oh nice, that's a great thing that happened in our past. It's filled with trauma because of everything that happened with him.
I guess I don't think of it that way. I just think about how nice it was to spend time with him and you guys, so I'm sorry if it is a problem. I don't mean it to be.
I think the problem is that it doesn't even register with you. You don't recognize that the memory you have is completely different than the one we have, especially the one that he has.
You don't need to explain to me bad memories and trauma, Jana. I understand very well what pain is.
Then recognize when you fucking cause it, Maggie.
Do you know what it's like to keep pushing and pushing through, trying to make progress with you two? Trying to be a mother to you? I don't think you do. It is a load that I don't bear lightly. Because, God forbid, I end up like my mother and start ripping your clothes off and start beating you with the belt. That wouldn't be okay, would it? No, of course it fucking wouldn't, but it made me fucking listen! Maybe I'll drink. Maybe I'll end up like your goddamn grandfather and spend every day at the bottom of a bottle. Maybe that'll leave you with some fucking trauma. I can't help what happened. But I don't know how to get you on my side. Kaya? Maggie? What's wrong? Just skip past the bullshit and tell me why I'm thinking of hurting my kids and drinking.
Maggie, what's going on?
Alex got home, and I met him, and we started to have a conversation, and I just...
What, Maggie? You're worrying me.
I just get so angry. And I don't know how to approach them. Everything I try, they are just completely unreceptive. I just want to make them listen. And I even wanted to apologize for the Robert stuff, but I just felt like I couldn't.
Maggie, remember, we've talked about this. You're afraid of showing any kind of weakness, and you think being open is a weakness. I'm going to remind you it's not a weakness, Maggie.
I know. I just don't want to yell at my kids.
Then don't. Use your breathing and get through it. I need you to try to open up to them. The best way you can get them to understand is to be honest. Explain to them what you are going through rather than what you have been through. They deserve to know, and I think it will help you as well. If they stop viewing you as cold and non-understanding, they may actually start to understand you.
Yes.
It's going to be hard, but you need to. Also, I don't want to hear a word of you wanting to use physical aggression against them. I know you are heated, but that cannot be an option. You don't stoop to that level. And if you ever did, God forbid, I would have to intervene.
I know, I don't think I'm actually there, just in my head.
Good. Now get some sleep. Don't want to sound like a babysitter for you here, but you need to rest and just think. Positively, though.
Thank you, Stephanie. I'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
So you didn't hear from her after that?
Nope. We kind of just stayed in our rooms.
Sorry. I'm sure she's trying. I know it's been rough between you guys. It can't be easy.
It's not a big deal. It is the same it's always been. Besides, that was last week. It's kind of cooled off since then. Jamie, I have a question.
Ask me anything.
When do you think is the right time to open up to somebody?
What do you mean?
Say you couldn't talk to anybody, or at least you felt like you couldn't talk to anyone, so you kind of held it all in and didn't talk about it. But then, say you meet someone who you actually feel like you could share stuff with, and you're not nervous or anything because she doesn't judge you and won't hold anything over your head. Or, not she, they.
Well, I think if you feel comfortable with her or them, then that says a lot. I would cling to them because it's obvious they care about you too. Who knows, maybe they feel the same way and would want to open up to you too.
Okay, yeah. I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Wait, where are you going? Are you leaving me behind?
No. Well, I mean, yes, I am, but it's not personal. I'm just gonna walk home. Tell Jenna when she gets here, okay? See you, Jamie.
What's wrong?
Alex just ditched me. He did.
What? Did he find somebody else who was hopelessly crushing over him?
Just so he could not realize it? I don't think so. He was asking me when's the right time to open up to someone.
That's weird. Okay, come on. We gotta go. We have to catch the 4:30 showing.
Why do we have to see Rock the Casbah anyway?
Because I'm in love with Bill Murray.
Wait, do you think somebody else likes him?
Jamie, let's go.
any ice right now. The ice maker in the fridge is out, so we'll have to do it drinking straight out of the can.
I like it out of the can. Fits in your hand better. I always used to ask them to mix it with stuff when we go out to eat. Sprite and fruit punch, Sprite and lemonade. Mostly juices because it makes the juice like a soda.
Like seltzer water, almost. Just mix it a bit to make it fizzy. You know what seltzer water is, right?
Like soda water?
More or less.
I do know things. I'm not stupid.
I never said you were. I'm sorry.
I know you don't think I'm stupid. Everybody else does.
I'm sure that isn't true, Alex. People think much less about others than we think they do, and you aren't an off-putting person, so people aren't thinking that much anyway.
I guess. I mean, my sister's best friend Jamie is always talking to me, but I kind of think that's just because she likes messing with my sister.
I think you're overthinking it.
I know, I just think that she thinks that I think that... Oh, I said think too many times in that sentence.
Well, you are thinking, aren't you?
Yeah. Mom would have told me to think about what I say so I don't sound stupid.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's not a great example of someone being empathetic.
No. But empathy isn't easy. We just don't communicate like a failure to launch.
For all of you, or just you and your mom?
Jan gets me. And I think Jamie does too. Or I think she did. I kind of lied to her earlier on my way over here.
Oh?
Yeah. I was just kind of feeling like I needed to get out of there. They're at the movies right now. I just wanted someone to talk to. Sometimes I don't feel like I have that.
Not even with Jana?
I share with Jan, like, a lot. But lately I just feel like she wants me to move on. Or, like, be stronger. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Does that feel like something you want to do?
Of course. I shouldn't feel so obligated to break down. Or not break down. Let the communication get to my head. I don't know. I'm having a hard time voicing what I'm feeling right now.
That can be hard. But you don't have to rush yourself. Just chug along at your own pace.
We could also just talk about something else. I don't want to bother you.
You're not a bother. I want to listen to what you have to say. Hold on to that. It breaks my heart to think that anyone else has convinced you otherwise.
It isn't that I don't think people want to hear, though. It's that I don't think it helps. Like, at all. For like 5 years now, I've wanted to share something and be open, but anytime I do it, it usually ends with Mom getting frustrated or Jan screaming at her or speaking for me, which, don't get me wrong, I appreciate because I can't always think things through, can't formulate my own words, but...
Well, is that because Jana has always done this for you? Fought your battles? It seems like you've never really had a moment to be independent.
When you put it like that, yeah.
We have to know how to take care of ourselves, Alex. And you can't do that if you can't take a step for yourself.
I do worry about that sometimes. The fear that when I get out of the house, I won't be able to handle my anxiety very well. Janet tells me I'll be just fine, though. That I have to work through it little by little.
She has a point, though. Have you worked through it alone? Or at least tried to?
No, I haven't.
It takes breathing, and it takes concentration on what's important. You can't be worried about letting people down or causing anyone any stress. It seems like that's a common thread for your brain to follow.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Why do you think that is? Why do you have that belief that you're causing people stress?
Sometimes I feel like everything's my fault. Everything with my family. What happened with my dad. And how Mom and Jana basically hate each other now. And sometimes I think that my thinking will just...
Good.
Sometimes I think back about everything that has happened. And I wonder if I wasn't as anxious as I am, if I could... I don't know. I'm having a hard time to say what I'm feeling right now.
Alex, it seems to me, if you don't mind me saying, that you have some misplaced guilt. Guilt for something that happened?
Yeah, I definitely feel guilty.
But should you? What do you feel guilty for?
I don't really want to talk about it right now. I trust you and everything. It's not that. I just... I'm definitely not at that place right now. So... I think I'm actually gonna go. Thank you for the Sprite. Miss Kaya.
Stephanie is fine, Alex.
Okay. Miss Stephanie.
Yes.
I haven't told anybody that I talked to you yet.
Oh, you don't think it's a bad thing though, do you?
No. Probably just an extension of the nerves. Not being able to communicate, etc., etc.
I think you're right. Even if you do get all that figured out, it doesn't have to be a big deal, right? It could just be between us.
Right.
Here, this is my number. If you need anything, need to talk, I'm just a call away.
Bye, Miss Stephanie.
Bye, Alex.
The movie sucked. Like, so much.
That's what you think.
No, that is a fact. That is irrefutable. Bill Murray, in all his charm, could not save that sucker.
I thought it was good. Jen, you love Bill Murray. You didn't think he did a good job?
Donkey dick, Jamie. Big old donkey dick. Waste of my money, waste of my time, and frustrating as hell that you enjoyed it even a little bit.
But that part with the Hummer. Bruce Willis and Murray talking about the girl he dated, and then boom! Explosion.
Jamie, I'm gonna level with you. All you did was literally describe something that happened in the movie. Not a memorable moment, or what you liked about it, or a funny moment. That's like me narrating you getting out of the car right now by saying they went and saw a movie, got home, and then the dumb one got out of the car and went inside to make herself a bowl of Cheerios.
Well, go ahead. I'm watching.
What?
Get out and go make yourself Cheerios. You are the dumb one, aren't you? See? I am funny. Just like Bill Murray.
I'd argue that you were funnier than he was today.
Thank you, Medea. It's just a bummer. Wish Alex could have joined us. Maybe he would have liked it with me.
Doubtful.
You don't know. He could have enjoyed the low-key racist plot.
That's enough, Jamie.
I'm just joking.
I know. I'm not upset. I'm kind of just worried about him. He hasn't been hanging out with me as much as he used to. Ever since the fiasco with Maggie bringing up Dad, he's been like twice as reserved. Usually I'm the one that's walking on eggshells because I don't want to put up with her dumb, thoughtless bullshit. Like, she just doesn't fucking get it.
She doesn't? I thought you were worried about Alex right now.
I am. But I'm also tired of this constant state of trying to half-ass any kind of relationship with her. You know, we never even talked about it once. For the past 6 years, from age 12 to 18, it has been me recovering from losing my father. Meanwhile, she acts like it never even happened. And you know what the fucking worst part is?
What?
Alex thinks it's his fault. What happened? Like, what the fuck? He was 10 years old, and he thinks he has some sort of hand in creating this nightmare?
Jen, I wish I knew where this was coming from. It's this why you didn't like the movie?
Doesn't have anything to do with the movie. I just struggle to wrap my mind behind the logic of any of this. 6 years of nothing? Not a word other than the fact that he isn't here anymore. And now Alex is checking out, and I just feel like I am losing everybody. I just have no idea how to get through to him.
That's a lot to process. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
I know this can't be easy for any of you, but you can't just take it all on your shoulders. And I'm not gonna pretend like I have all the answers, because, fuck, I do not. I liked Rock the Casbah for fuck's sake. And it has like 6% on Rotten Tomatoes. Verified dumpster fire. Kinda like what's happening in your life right now. See? This is fucked. But it's not just on you. And I know you can't stand her half the time. But if you feel this way, imagine how she feels. Maybe she is just as fucked up about all this as you are. But instead of jaded, she just took a Xanax. I don't know, Jan. I just want you to feel better. And I don't see that happening while you make her your enemy. I think you guys probably understand each other a lot more than you think you do.
She just doesn't want to listen.
Well, maybe try and think in more of an open conversation process rather than trying to get her to bend to your will.
But it is...
Jana, just try to think about it. You don't even have to try. But maybe it'll work. And if it doesn't, no sweat. You get an opportunity to move on, go on your angsty little way.
I'm not that angsty.
You're probably right. I don't know too many angsty people whose favorite performance is Bill Murray in Moonrise Kingdom.
He was good.
He was barely in the movie.
Touche. Thanks, Jamie.
No worries. What are friends for? I mean, other than your constant amounts of giving you shit.
Right. Who'd forget? Thanks anyway, though. Maybe you're even right about it.
Maybe. I do want to know why Alex has been walking home more often.
If this is another one of your ploys, I am not playing along.
It's not. He was just telling me today that... Never mind. Maybe I'm the one who needs to get out of my head.
Definitely. Because if my brother's in there, I'd prefer if you were not in there as well.
Go home before I have to call the police.
Right. Crazy girl yelling in hysterics on my driveway. Send help.
Well, if you have it down that well, you should call him yourself.
Oh, don't worry. I will.
Hey, Mom.
Oh. Hey, Jan. How was your day?
It was fine. School kind of blew, but hey, that's school.
Yeah. Not the most fun in the world.
Nope. And you know what? Neither is Rock the Casbah.
Is that what you ended up seeing?
Yeah, because Bill Murray. But it was not worth it. Not even for Bill.
Oh, shoot. That is a bummer.
Yep. It's okay. It got me a few laughs for how dumb it was. Jamie liked it for some reason. I couldn't tell you why.
Since I haven't seen it, I can't really comment.
And you won't. Because I'm banning it in this household.
Oh, okay. Sounds good to me. So, did Alex walk home again?
Yeah. Not really sure why, though. Jamie thinks there's a girl involved. I think she's crazy.
Oh, what if there is one? That would be insane. There has to be a first time, though, right?
I mean, gross. But yeah, at some point.
I wonder who she is. Do you think we'll like her?
Probably not. I'm not a huge fan of imaginary girls, Mom.
That is funny. But mean. Maybe he does. We don't know.
Yeah. Maybe.
I think I might be the reason Alex is walking home.
What do you mean?
Last week, when Alex and I went to Cane's for lunch, you and I had that argument before school.
I didn't tell him what had happened, and I think I should have, because ever since then, he has spent a lot less time with me. The only time we talk now is on the way to school, because then after school, he walks home and I hardly ever see him.
Jenna, I don't think that's your fault, though. You can't take that on yourself.
Which I get, but I still feel like I'm a little bit to blame because it all started that day.
Even if that had something to do with it, you have to take into account that maybe Alex is hurting from something too. It isn't just a one-person thing. I'm sure there's more to it.
Yeah. Jamie was saying the same thing.
Smart girl.
Yeah. Mom?
Yes?
I think Alex blames himself for what happened.
What happened?
With Dad.
Jenna, I don't think he would blame himself for that. That's a lot to put on himself.
Agreed. But for whatever reason, I think he has spent like the last 6 years nervous that somehow he was the reason Dad died. And is afraid of getting in trouble or confrontation or, I don't know.
Jenna, that is absurd. Why in the world would he think like that? He was 10, and it's been 6 years. There's no reason for him to feel guilty.
I get that, Mom. And I agree, there is no reason for it, but I mean, can't you understand that? Feeling like something is your fault even when there is no reason to think that it is. Some kind of unfounded guilt.
Jenna,
I mean, you've got to. You were with them. I think we all feel it a little bit, to some extent, just like in different ways. And I know you see a therapist. I know you are trying to work through this. We are too. And I know that I'm a piece of shit sometimes, but I am really trying to...
What do you know about my therapist?
What?
I asked, what do you know about my therapist?
Nothing. I know you see her once a week. That's it. Why do you seem so upset about this?
That is private and none of your business.
You are seeing a therapist. So doesn't that mean you're trying to open yourself up? That's a good thing.
Good or not, Jen, it has nothing to do with you. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't go through my personal affairs.
What the hell?
Language.
I have been nothing but calm. And I was just trying to reach out a hand here.
But the problem is, Jenna, I don't need a hand. I am taking care of this. I'm your mother and I don't need any help or pity from you, so don't try and give me any.
This is why it is so hard to talk to you. Every single time I try and make an effort, it has taken us pity from you. I have one goal here, and it is to try and form some semblance of a relationship with you, and for the past 6 years, we have been devoid of one. Nothing.
It seems you get along just fine without a relationship with me. Not too much longer and you'll be able to get out, just like you want.
I knew that this was a bad idea. I told her she was fucking wrong. I knew that you wouldn't listen. What does it take to prove to you that all I want is a bit of understanding? Is that too much to ask?
You know what would be too much to ask? You to give a shit. You to step outside of yourself. I don't want to sit here and take your attitude when time and time again you've shown up against me. So much so that you turned Alex against me too. Try and tell me he blames himself for his father's death. Bullshit!
You think I just made that shit up? This isn't some fucking soap opera. I'm not trying to turn people against you. Have you ever thought that maybe we don't interact with you because of you? Dad was the most important person in my life. You don't think I struggle every day too? But I have found a way to make life somewhat normal over the past 6 years with no help from you.
Nice. Thank you so much. Truth is an absolute stinger, isn't it? A dagger you can just lob around whenever you want. God damn it!
stupid word when you say it. Just get over yourself and fucking figure out that the world isn't out to get you. God, why did Dad have to be the one that died?
And Stephanie, I got home and it was so much worse. Mom and Jenna were screaming and fighting and yelling and I don't know what to do and
Alex, what happened?
I don't know. I don't know what it was about. All I know is they were talking about me. That's what they were talking about right when I came downstairs.
What about you, Alex?
God, I don't...
Alex, breathe. Deep breaths.
I am. They were talking about Robert. They were talking about my dad and...
What about him?
Somebody said something about it being my fault. Like they think it's my fault that he died and I...
Alex, breathe. Can you answer me a question?
What?
Are you safe there?
What? What do you mean?
Do you need a safe space?
I don't know.
Okay, Alex, I'm gonna prepare a place for you to stay here if you need it, but first I need you to breathe. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Breathe, Alex. Breathe. Maggie, are you still with me?
Yes. What a beautiful blue.
What was that?
Oh, a bird. A bird flew by. I'm sorry.
No worries.
What were we talking about?
Maggie, I need you to focus. You had a very rough night last night.
Right. Jenna wasn't happy with me. She flipped out and...
Maggie.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember what happened. There was so much yelling and I just felt like...
What did it feel like?
Felt like I was letting her down. Which hurt. I feel like I can't let her in. Like I can't let either of them in, but with her, I don't even let her get a word in edgewise. Why do I jump so quickly to get defensive? I don't know. It got heated. And she told me she thought that Alex blamed himself for his father's death. Which isn't his fault. At all. It was a cold day. And I told Robert he should go and get lunch with the kids. It was a Wednesday, which meant that the parents could meet the kids for lunch. Jana and Alex always asked for Wendy's. I was supposed to meet Robert that day, to take him to get lunch with the kids. And he had gotten to work that day. Only barely. His little car sputtered out in the parking lot. He called me when it happened. And the only thing he was worried about was missing lunch with the kids. I told him there wasn't anything to worry about. I could go get lunch with the kids. And he could call AAA and get the car figured out. But he insisted I pick him up. So, I called AAA to get his car picked up, and he took the rest of the day off. Which he got. No sweat. And at 11:30, I picked him up from Edward Jones, and we drove off to the school. I worked from home then, so all my stuff would come through my phone. So when I started getting messages, I didn't think anything of it. Robert reminded me not to check my phone while I was driving. I told him it didn't matter. I was just checking. It wasn't work. It was my mom. Froze. I didn't see the red light until it was too late.
Maggie, I asked you a question.
I can picture so clearly in my mind what I want to say, what I want to do.
Maggie, I can't help but notice that you are not taking this seriously. You've neglected to open up to me about how you truly feel, and you simply try to pacify me by complaining about your kids. I'm also not sure if I can let go of the comment you made last week when you called me. I'm seriously considering reporting you to Child Protective Services, based on the influence you have on Jana and Alex, not to mention your negligence as a parent. Jana is 18, and from a legal standpoint, there is nothing I can do. But Alex is a minor. I will not hesitate to report you on his behalf.
Are you serious? You have no grounds to report me to CPS. This is insane. I talk about my children in depth because that is where you insist I focus my attention. I've been stuck in a rut for 6 years, not following my impulses to share what I needed to. I never talk about the trauma that happened with my husband. I never talk about what happened that day. You never ask me how I feel waking up every morning without him by my side. You get me to tell you about my abusive mother and drunk father just so you could diagnose me, but I've never actually told you about the moment I stopped living. You never gave me the tools to work through anything.
I've provided you with more than enough to move on. I'm sorry, but it seems our relationship is no longer a productive or a professional one. I'll hold off on calling CPS for now, but you need to find it within yourself to do what is best for Alex.
So you're giving up on me.
I'm sorry, Maggie. Hi, Alex. How are you doing?
Alex? Jana? Guys? Are you home? Jana? Are you here? I don't, or I just, how was school? I'm sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I'm not seeing my therapist anymore. I'm a lost cause, you were right. Jana, I'm sorry. Mom and Jana, I wrote this so you would know that I'm going to stay with a friend for a while. She's really nice, and she helps me work through my feelings. We've been talking for a while now.
Ignore that. I'm gonna stay with her. I just feel like I caused too many problems here. Maybe you both would be better off without me. I promise I am safe, and you do not need to worry. Love, Alex.
Jana, I need you here now! Jana, now! Your pepper is missing!
What? What
about?
Did you not see this? You didn't go to school today, did he?
Yeah, he did. Jamie came and picked him up. I'm gonna call her. What the fuck does this note even mean? He didn't even fully scratch out the part about him seeing someone.
I know.
Hey, do you know if something was up with Alex today? He wrote this note saying that he wasn't coming home. And he tried to scratch out this part about him seeing someone. Can you talk to him? Okay, just call us back when you know something.
I'm sorry.
We'll figure this out.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be over soon. Okay, bye.
Who was that?
Nobody. It was somebody in my English class. He was just talking about a project that I had to go help him work on.
You have to go right now?
Yeah, I had to head over right now. She needs me there, so.
Him.
What? Oh, yes, him. So I'm gonna go help him out.
Gotcha.
Bye, Jimmy.
Bye. Hey, Jan, Alex is acting super weird right now and lying about phone calls. I think he's meeting with someone or something. I don't know. Just call me back. Bye. Hey, Jen. Alex is meeting with some older woman. I'm pretty sure he's getting taken advantage of. I don't know, just please get here fast. I'm sending you my location.
Who are you?
I'm Jamie. Who are you and how do you know Alex?
Oh, Alex, I'm his therapist, Dr. Kaya.
Therapist? Alex never mentioned a therapist. Why would he hide that?
I'm not sure. Come in.
So, what is it you'd like to know?
Well, Alex has been acting weird for a while now. He's been avoiding his sister and me, and it's just been rough. But if you really are his therapist, like you said, then isn't he supposed to be figuring that shit out? It seems like all that's happened, he's crawled even deeper. Like, what does he talk to you about?
what we talk about shouldn't be any of your concern.
Right, because of the confidentiality stuff. But, like, is he even paying you?
No, I work with him pro bono. Why do you ask?
Well, if he isn't paying you, then you aren't really his doctor. So what claim do you have to confidentiality?
You know, Alex just loves Sprite. Can I get you one?
I'm good, thanks.
I'll grab you one just in case.
And I asked you a question. I have yet to feel like I have a single reason to trust you. All I know is Alex showed up here, left you his backpack, and left. What the hell is going on? You know what I think?
What do you think?
I think that you...
That I what?
I don't... You aren't hurting him, are you?
Hurting him?
You are, aren't you? Like touching and...
You think that I?
This isn't funny!
No, it is. Your first go-to is that I'm a predator? I'm not a sex pest, if that is really what you are implying.
Well, I wasn't necessarily...
No, don't. I know what you were trying to do, but no, miss. I've not been touching Alex. I've not been trapping him or anything.
I find it hard to believe that anyone would believe you.
Oh. So you were planning to go to the police?
Or somebody, I don't know. Just prove me wrong, please. Tell me this isn't what you're doing to him.
What was your name again?
Jamie.
Listen, Jamie. I'm not a pedophile. I am, in fact, a therapist.
You mentioned.
Well, I'm just explaining because what I'm doing with Alex technically isn't therapy.
What?
Yes.
Well, then why did you lie about it?
Well, because what I'm doing is a bit more. It isn't necessarily looked on as positively, but it is actually doing good.
Then can you just tell me what it is? Because I only want what's best for him.
I know you do. But if I tell you, you have to promise not to tell anyone, because if it gets out, it won't work.
I guess.
Well, I was Maggie's therapist. She had been seeing me for a little over a year. Usually I don't like to get involved with the family, but everything she had told me about the way she would want to hurt Alex, I felt like she was making absolutely no progress whatsoever, so I felt like I needed to step in. So I found this house near your guys' school, and I started meeting with Alex. I've helped him realize that his mom is not good for him, and he needs to escape the situation. He's going to stay with me, and he will be able to get away from the abuse. I've been planning it for a while, but he found it purely by coincidence in his own head.
That is so fucked. I can't. Does Alex know you work with his mom? Does his mother know you interact with Alex?
No, I really don't think it matters. I managed to take what was broken and put it back together. I'm fixing the problem.
No, this is too much. Maggie's had a rough life, and you can't just cast yourself as the judge, jury, and executioner here in their lives.
I'm not. Look, you don't understand. This is for their best.
No, this is wrong. I have to tell them.
I can't let you tell them. You don't understand.
I think I understand enough.
No. No, this is for their best. Shit.
Hey, I grabbed my phone, so we're all good. What?
Alex,
What is
just
it?
give me a second. I
Is
can
that
explain.
Jamie?
She was trying to get in the way of what I was doing for
Explain
you.
what? Is
Alex,
it? Is that blood?
I was trying to help. Alex,
No.
this is for your best.
No,
I
no.
promise. Shit!
This is where her location was. I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Hello? I don't know who the fuck is in this house, but I'm seriously going to go batshit crazy if you don't come out right the hell now! I won't say it again! We're coming down there!
Who's Stephanie?
What the fuck? Oh my! What did you do? What the fuck is? What did you do to them? Oh my god, baby, what don't you touch me? You can't tell me not to touch my own son!
I can and I will. He needed help that you weren't giving. I found him and he's staying here. I will be a better mother than you ever were.
I don't even know what to say right now. I spent over a year going to you, trying to figure out how to open up to my kids, how to be a better person and parent, and I never tell you about the moment I stopped fucking living. I never once told you about the trauma that broke me. I was too fucking scared to follow my impulses to tell you, to tell my kids, and then all of that goes out the window because I find I even taking advantage of my son.
Shut up and listen.
I
saved him from you. The neglect and abuse he took from you. I never took advantage of him. I never molested him. I saved him.
I can fucking kill you right now!
Don't you dare threaten me. You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Stop! I don't know what's going on, Mom. I never said you abused me. Miss Stephanie never touched me. She was just trying to help, but then I saw what she did to Jamie. And I don't know what to feel anymore, but I just want to go home.
Alex, this is your home now.
No.
Jamie was trying to ruin what I was doing for you. You have to stay here.
Okay.
Mom, Jamie's not waking up.
It's gonna be alright, I'm gonna call the police.
Put the phone down.
Come on, go.
Go. Put it down. I know what you are. I know what you're capable of. I will not let you take him from me. He deserves to be loved and cared for the only way a mother can. You're not a mother. This has to end now.
Call the police! No! Go! No! No!
No, I can't stop you.
Go! Call the police! Yeah, go! Don't touch them! Jamie, sweetheart, come on. You have to get up. Come on. Jamie. Oh my god, I'm just Jamie, sweetheart, come on. We have to go now. Come on, come on. Let's go. You're around me. We're getting you out of here. It's okay. Are you okay? What? Your time. We're almost there. It's gonna be okay.
What?
This way, this way. It's okay. We're almost there. Right out here. Here.
Oh my
Jamie. Mom. What happened in there?
It's okay. It's okay. Did you call the police?
Jamie.
They're on their way.
Okay.
Mom, I am so sorry.
It's okay. Here. It's not your fault.
What did she do to you?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab our things. Come on, let's go. We have to go now. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab our things.